Ladies and gentlemen, you're now tuned into Naughty or Nice. Let's go. Me don't want no fake love, me only want the real deal. Me don't want no fake love, me only want the real deal. Me don't want no fake love, me only want the real deal. Shelly Line, me want no fake love, and V-Love. Have you ever met a sister with her shit together? Maintaining, never complaining, trying to make shit better. She's got a real good life with the right frame of mind. She's the real deal, baby, and she know how to grind. On the job or in the bedroom, baby, the truth. And with her by your side, homeboy, you can't lose. Just slip on a dress and go to work like a pro. Then bring that ass home and drop it down to the floor. Educated, sophisticated, conversation so deep. She's a lady in that world, but a freak in the sheets. Educated, sophisticated, conversation so deep. She's the lady in that world, but a freak in the sheets. Shelly Line and V-Love Bird. Shelly Line and V-Love Bird. Shelly Line and V-Love Bird. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Shelly Line and V-Love Bird. Shelly Line and V-Love Bird. Shelly Line and V-Love.
Hey, hey, hey. Happy Thursday.
Hello.
Facebook. I may do that.
Hey, everybody.
How's everybody doing on this great, fabulous, wonderful Thursday? We got one more day, y'all, to push through, and we are done with this lovely, lovely week.
I'll be glad for
Sophia. Hey, Ronald.
Hey, Sophia. Hey, Ronald.
For some reason, StreamYard is not showing our comments. So we have to kind of wait until they port because they're like delayed. V, you're gonna have to read the ones you see because I don't see any on my for mine. Oh, tell them the topic first, honey, because I ain't even telling that.
Wait a minute, my mouth full. The topic is, would you, wait a minute. You know I'm on my phone, so you got to read that. I can't see a lot of stuff.
Oh, hold on, let me get there.
Would you take a person back that has mistreated you if they say they've changed? That's the topic today. So would you, Shelly?
No.
Even if it like teeter totter his way back in?
No. There's no teeter tottering. I just wouldn't. I mean, I would forgive them, yes, but I wouldn't want to be back with them.
Wouldn't go back to them.
No.
Because my whole thing would be like, but when would you like what's the word I'm looking for? Regrets. Like go back to how you was. What would trigger you if something happened to trigger you and you go back to that? You know what I'm saying? After you done pleaded and you all good and you this and you that, and then you stuck again.
Yeah, because you gotta think about what if they was really, really bad, like really, really bad to you. I mean, I believe people. I do believe people can change. I'm not gonna say that people can't because they can, but I just wouldn't want to. I wouldn't personally. That's like saying I'm gonna go back to one of my ex-husbands. No.
Okay.
Sophia, hell no.
Right, I'm with you on that. I wouldn't either. Because guess what? Eventually, whatever they was will resurface again. And when people show you who they are the first time, believe it. Because it didn't. Hey, Renee. Because it just didn't go away.
Hey, Renee. Hey, Sean.
And people can change. Hey, Sean. But, you know, it depends on how they mistreated you and how bad. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's what I think. Yes, Sophia, with that, I'm right with you. I like I said, I know you're supposed to forgive people for what they do. I could forgive people for what they do or how they may have mistreated me, but I couldn't just be like, oh, they're great now. Let's go and just go back. Let's get back together and just figure it all out. No, because my mind will always be back on what you did.
She said change with somebody else. Right.
Yeah, exactly. And then you could tell that person, oh, you got him, he's good. You hear people say, oh, he's good now, girl. You got the best of him. So yeah, it'd be kind of like that for me.
A lot of times people may have treated you like that, but they may never have treated that other person like that. And it could just be right after the relationship with you. You know what I'm saying?
That's
because
true.
With me, I don't care how a person triggers you. It's just certain shit you still should not do to a person. Like keep your hands to yourself and all that kind of stuff. When somebody say you, like when a man hit a woman, he'll say, "You made me do this." Ain't nobody made you do nothing. You did that because that's what you wanted to do.
Yeah, I think
Renee
that's one of those stupid said.
Renee said, "I would never go back. Just pray they treat the next person better." Right, Renee.
Right. I agree with you, Renee, on that one. That I agree with. You just forgive them. Like she said, sure, I forgive, but I'm moving on. Yeah, you have to move past. I don't think you can blossom in another relationship until you forgive in the past relationships. So I would say forgive them, but that don't got nothing to do with taking somebody back after they done traumatized the hell out of you.
I could agree with that. Sophia said, "Sure, I forgave, but I'm moving on." And she said, "Right, right, Sophia, you could because people show you who they want you to see, and just because they're good to somebody else or treated somebody else great, don't mean they're gonna do the same thing for you."
Right. And some people just ain't made, some people just ain't matches like that. I think like I was saying last night show, I was saying like, some things are not meant to be forced together. Like you could be with somebody, you could be the worst person with them, but then you see them with somebody else and they're fantastic. That's probably because they weren't meant for you from the beginning. Sean said no hitting period.
Right.
Yeah, you can't be hitting on people. Yeah, especially like, that's like, I took a domestic violence class. I just remember the lady saying like there was different signs and behaviors of how a man could be. Like you have some men that like they get angry and they get so angry and then they do stuff and then they apologize and then they come back and they like you have this little calm period and then they do it again and then they have this calm. It's like a cycle. You keep doing it. I think that's how it is when you take somebody back.
Yeah. But then too, you have to look at some people like the toxicity of it. You know what I'm saying? So it just depends on the person if they want that toxic shit back in their life or not. Hey,
Right.
Orlando.
Hey,
Orlando said,
Orlando.
Shell and I was boyfriend and girlfriend decades ago. We were just confused. Now I'm just waiting for my do-over. You so crazy,
Orlando,
Orlando.
you are so silly. Um, Sophia
But
said
yeah,
exactly.
you
Sophia said
know,
exactly.
yeah. Hey, Tony. Tony said, "Hi, ladies. Nah, no backtracking. If you didn't impress me in the last relationship, definitely not starting a new one with you." I'm with you on that one, Tony. Mm-mm.
Yeah,
That's a waste of time.
some things is a waste of time. You know, like I said, you could forgive them, move past them, and keep it moving, and just love them at a distance. You've been around me with a lot of my exes, and I'm good friends with all of them, but I wouldn't want none of them back.
Right.
I wouldn't
Until
want
like
none
my
of them
mama
back,
said,
honey.
until like
Mm-mm.
my mama said, that's a train wreck waiting to happen.
Yeah, not me. No. No, I'm so sleepy. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm super tired. I'm so tired. But yeah, that's a mm-mm. No.
Mm-mm.
Girl, I'm
I'm
seeing all the
sorry, y'all. I
breakfast.
haven't eaten all day. I'm so
And
hungry.
honey, you get it in. You doing double time of what I do.
Girl, I'm hungry. I was starting to get a real bad headache. I had to get something to eat. And I just picked it up right before I got on.
Well, honey, V is grubbing. It looks like whatever it is really good. I ain't
It
gonna
is
lie about
good.
that.
It is
And
good.
I'm doing the opposite of that. I'm not eating tonight.
About time.
Sophia said, right, Shelly. I just think that people know when they're not compatible with someone. And I think that plays a factor in how you're treated in a relationship. Like, I think forcing things together makes a mess.
Yep.
Some people get stuck on, oh, his dick is good and he's great. And that's the only area of brain that he has. And then you don't have nothing else
That's
to,
true.
come back on. And in the meantime, he's treating you crazy and you're accepting it because you're stuck on his crotchal area. And I think that's another thing I hear a lot of women say that drives me completely freaking crazy. Every time I hear somebody say that, I'm like, what do you mean? Like, he talks to you like you're garbage. And then you talk about how good he is in bed. Like, girl, get a life. I can't stand that's like something that gets on my nerves so bad.
But you know
When I
how
hear
many people, but do you realize how many people stay with somebody because the sex is good? They don't care how they treat them. And it's just about that. Well, he do this, and I don't want him doing that with somebody else. Well, you want that and the ass whoopings and everything else to come with it too. You can
Mm-mm.
satisfy yourself easily by yourself. You don't have to be with somebody to treat you like that.
Renee said I could maybe forgive, but you never forget. And Renee, you're right. That's what I was
Yep,
saying. Like I would always be in the back of my mind, I would always be sitting there going, but you did that to me before. It's like a guy talking down to his girlfriend in public. You ever been out and you hear a man just talking to his girl
yep,
really, really bad, and you kind of
yep,
like looking like, oh my God, like never that.
yeah.
And they think it's cute. A lot of times people think it's really cute when they're being completely embarrassed in the public, which I think is completely messy altogether. But a lot of people do. And when you hear it and you're standing on the sideline, you like, damn, like he is going off. And the girl's trying to keep her face so she won't look like she crazy. Mm-mm. No, I couldn't do
But
it.
people do that when you don't stop them the first time they do it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, this is like with anything. If you allow a person to do something or treat you a certain type of way, they're gonna keep on doing it. Sophia said, "Boy, bye. Somebody got something better."
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Tree. Demetrius said, "Please, the majority do take them back. They do, Tree. A lot of them do. They say they
All the
won't,
time.
but that not all the time, but a whole lot of them do take them back." Hey, Minister. She said she ain't
Hey,
going
Vanessa.
back.
Yeah, I'm with
And
y'all
and
on that
Demetrius
one.
said at this age, she ain't the one. Like, no,
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
with
that's what
you.
I'm saying. You get to a place in your life where you just like you don't need no nonsense. Kind of goes into the show from last night. It's certain things you just be like, people. A lot of women are practicing celibacy. A lot of guys are even being celibate these days. And then you have this same thing like this, where you stuck in this rut with some idiot that you can't get yourself out of. And then when you get yourself out of it, they get it together, and all of a sudden you're supposed to be dropping the hat back where you started. No, hell
Yep.
no.
People do it all the time. Hey, Stefan. Stefan said he or she will never change. Renee said, yeah, it would be. It will also change the way I feel about that person. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Who did too? Who went back to Demetria? Who you talking about? He said she did too. And
Who went back?
Sophia said, right. I don't know.
I don't know who
But
went back, but the show went me. No, it ain't me.
listen, I ain't about to let nobody mistreat me. I don't care who it is, how good everything else is. I'll see you later because I'm not sticking around for that. Stefan said for a few weeks, just put up a show, but I'll go back to the same.
Yeah,
But
and you're right. They put on a show for a minute, and
yeah,
then that's what I was saying about like Stefan about when people like mentally abuse you. Like they don't hit you, but they mentally mess with your mind. They go one period of time where it's real calm, and I really studied this. They go one period of time where they're really calm and they're really cool, and then before you know, it's like that little demon jump back out at you, and then you acting like you surprised. You're not surprised.
right.
You know what's gonna happen. It's a calm before the storm every time. You got to know,
Yep.
you got to watch for things when you dating people. When you go on the first date with somebody and they seem a little bit too angry, you might need to look at that and be like, so you too mad for me. Because they showing you right there who they really are.
Demetrius said, I believe that people can change because I did. Vanessa said lies. Mm. Tony said, a lot of people use the
A lot,
kids to reunite a bad relationship or finances.
the
The
reason they
reason,
let them back in.
the reason they let them back in. That could be true
And
too.
you're right.
Tony.
A lot of people use their children. Oh, I can't leave because the children are still young. Forget that. I left and mine was young. You can leave. You sit there if you want to, looking crazy.
You can leave if you want to leave. Renee said mental abuse scars you for life. That is true, Renee. And Manissa
Yeah,
says
ask somebody who know about that.
maturity changes everything. Yeah, you gotta be on a different type of mature level because some people never grow up and they still be stuck in that, you know, we boyfriend, girlfriend want to be playing and all that ratchet stuff. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah, no, things come with time and age. You can tell when a guy or a woman is stuck where they are. And it's not just men, y'all. Women have a way where they can be ratchet and ugly too. I
Yeah,
don't want to put it all on the brothers because you have some women that are just extra, like real extra. And then you just be like, you can see that too. You can see when you out, even when you out, sometimes you can see a woman just going off on her man, like talking down to him, talking crazy to him, and the guy's trying not to say nothing. I don't know what people get out of that kind of stuff. I hate being embarrassed in the public. Like, don't ever do that to me. Like, I can't stand it. Like, that's one of my pet peeves. Talk to me when we in the
Demetrius said,
car.
Demetrius said the majority is financial. Hey, Mahogany. She said insecure and think no one else wants them. That's true a lot of times. Or they'll
Hmm.
start an ego or their self-esteem so bad they'll make them think that the only person that wants them is them and that they have to sit there and put up with the treatment that they get. And that's a lie.
Yeah.
Orlando says true, Shell. Look for the signs. Something as simple, something as simple as girl, I should smack you for that, even if they said with a smile. Right, because people say things, Orlando, trying to test you. And like when that play fight and stuff that
Uh-huh.
people be doing, I don't do that because I know I'll get mad real quick. So don't play with me like that. I don't even play them types of games, period. Vanessa said,
No, we ain't playing no slapping games.
oh no, I don't play that. You keep your hands to yourself. Vanessa said, once the respect is gone, no need to proceed. Exactly, Vanessa. Dimitri said, think that person is the only one, right? And so Phil agrees with
Vaughn.
Dimitri and self-esteem. Yeah, that's what I was saying because some men like if you see a man that seems, I said seems to have himself together, nice looking, dressed nice, all this, and then you look at the women that he has, it's usually uh, women that's not very attractive or women that they can run all over because those women feel good because they have a man that looks like that and that man knows that he can run all over her, and they like women with low self-esteem so that they can do that because they present themselves a certain way, they look a certain way, they dress nice and all this type of stuff. The woman
Hmm.
need to have that dude so she could be like, yeah, that's who I'm with, so and so and so and so, but yet he dogging you out in different ways. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Yeah.
Demetrius said, do not play with no one. Y'all, I can't see that
She
state.
said, "Do not play with no one state. They will love, they will love you to death. That is the first sign a female will say to you. That is the first sign a female will say to you. Yeah, and that's true. They'll love you to death, honey. And I tell people, don't love me to death. Love me to life. Don't be loving me to no death. I don't want anybody to love me
Right.
to the point where they want to kill me. Because when some people be real when they say they love you to death,
To death. For real, for
to
real.
death.
But I got a
You
question
hear,
for you.
like you might hear somebody say to you, ever hear people say like, girl, you'll never leave me because I'll kill you before. I don't take like people saying that to me. Don't say
I'll
you
play
gonna
with
kill
that.
me. No sentence when it comes to you leaving or us breaking up. Because that is creepy to me.
Hey, Joel. I love you too. But why you got me straining when you can really see the screen? You know I'm on my phone.
I can't. You see
Like,
me bending down? Like I can
you
see it, but it's like,
didn't
you know
bring
how
the
my
tape?
computer is. No, it won't come up on my phone. Like I think because we're streaming from different ports, like mine that come up on my phone is my Shelly Live. I can't see all these things popping up all over the place. Them shits are
Okay,
small. Like they really small. If I go
girl,
down
I'm
there and get
saying
my glasses, I can.
can't see nothing. You got on six
I
pair of
need the
contacts in
contacts and the
one.
readers. Don't be trying to call me out, girl. You know I can't see. Like I gotta get the glasses and the readers. This shit is little.
Yeah, like I said, I just got six pairs of contacts on in one.
I know, cause I be like trying to see it. It's like this little on my screen. I tried to blow it up, but then when I blow it up, it blows it off the page. So I don't even want to mess with this stuff. I help you
Mm.
where I can.
Well, but I say when people take people back, oh my goodness, no, he did. Anyway, when people take people back, that's because they still have these feelings for that person, whether it's toxic or not. And people always want to believe that the person has changed until they get with them and they show them again that they have not. And then you back to square one trying to get right back out of the situation that you should have left where it was at.
Right. Sophia said yes. She said yes. Don't take that lightly. They're gonna try to hurt your ass for real, and that is the truth. And Vonda, no, I've been in these situations where people really be trying to hurt me. Like she's
For
had to pull
real.
guns. She's had to pull guns on some of mine because they be crazy for real. Like take it very. I don't want. I say this all the time. I don't want nobody to be loving me for how I look. I don't want nobody to be too obsessed with controlling me because all of this stuff plays a part when they're dating you. That leads you to some crazy toxic kind of energy.
And since you said that, even when you're just starting out dating somebody and they do or say little things, pay attention to that stuff because it's really they
Right.
want you know, look, this is how I really am. They may say it in a joking manner, but they don't mean it like that. They mean what they say and they just try to see how you're gonna react to it. And if you like,
You,
ha ha ha, laughing that shit off,
Vaughn,
and then the next
you
thing
went
you know,
low.
I don't know, cause my phone rung.
Yeah, it just made you go super low.
Hold on. But you know, and it's like, is that better?
Mm-mm.
I don't
Now it is.
know.
Now it is. You
Anyway,
echoing.
okay, it's raining bad here. It's like, but and when I'm at my daughter's place, we don't have good reception down here. But I was saying, you know, and you don't check that in the beginning. When he said stuff, you ain't going nowhere. I bet you better not wear that or this and that. Take heed to that stuff because what they doing is building up, testing you and building shit up. And they taking mental notes. All like, well, if we do get serious, I know I can get by with this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He said,
Hey, John.
Stephen said, just leave life to the precious.
He said life is too
Not
precious.
too precious. Yeah, I got that wrong. Just leave. Life is too precious. Yeah, I see what he said now. I just couldn't see it when he put it on his screen.
Yeah, but you know, you can't play with these people in this day and time that we live in.
Yeah,
Cause
even if you Google like death rates of people, how many women get murdered, how many people are killed due to the hand of a man for loving them too much, for whatever the hell they be thinking in their brains about whether you cheating, not cheating, went too far, turned to the corner to the left too fast. People die every day for this kind of craziness about, oh, I'm better, I've fixed myself, I've been reborn. How many times did Crazy tell me he was reborn and recapped and he's going to church and he was still just as crazy as he wanted to be?
well,
Oh no, he was crazy. He was crazy from the beginning.
turn your volume up.
Mine's all the way up on my computer.
Whenever somebody called me with that to my phone, I don't know what it is. But he never did. He couldn't hide that crazy, honey.
Yeah, some people show you who they are, honey. Look at the signs. She said, trying to see if she'll listen. Trying to see if she listens. Yeah, yeah. Trying to see if she listen. All right. I'm telling you, I tell people that I see people where they make their boyfriends push them, shove them, grab them. They go, "Oh, girl, he didn't really mean it." Forget that. When he pushed you the first time, he gonna push you a little hard the second. The second time gonna turn into probably a slap. A slap will then turn into a punch very, very quickly. This stuff is quick. It's not like in baby steps. It's quick because they testing to see how much you gonna take off of them and how much shit you gonna put up with till you slap the hell back out of them. But y'all can't take life. Life is precious, honey. Ain't nothing worth. No dingaling, no man, none of that's worth your own peace of mind and your life. Hey Trina. I can't hear you, Vaughn.
I said, full blown ass whoop. Wait a minute.
Yeah, it's bad.
I'm gonna go out and come back in and try to this storm down here.
Okay. Y'all know we be on this technical stuff, y'all, because we do stream from different places and we be riding around and then getting off work and then trying to come on these lives. So please forgive us when we trying to get this stuff together. Talk now, Vaughn.
Can you hear me better?
Yeah, I just see your face in full screen though.
My phone.
Okay, stay just like that.
Okay.
Hey,
Hey,
Trina.
Trina, how you doing? But I don't know. I just don't be playing with dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially if, for number one, I don't backtrack. When we dealt with each other, we broke up. That's the end of that. Ain't no going back, no none of that, no second chances. No. If we broke up, it was for a reason. So I prefer to keep it that way. Hey,
Yeah.
Dad. She said, take heed if they like that in the beginning. They're gonna be like that throughout the whole relationship. Get out while you can and stay out. Right, Dad.
Easier said than done.
Yeah, that's true. But once you get gone, stay gone. Sophia
Sometimes
said,
even you get scared to go back.
yep. Hey, girl. But yeah, you know, a lot of times people have this is like women hide bruises and stuff like that. And men do too. Men do too. But
Mm-hmm.
women are expected to have the bruises and you know all the stuff and cover up with makeup, clothes, when they got bruises on the arm, or they got bruises on their leg, all over their bodies, and they never tell anybody. But then around people, that person act like they just love her to death or whatever.
Yeah.
They just love her so much and want to do this and want to do that, but behind closed doors. That's why my mom always said, you never know what people go through behind closed doors. They could be smiling and being in turmoil on the inside, which is true.
You can kind of tell when you see a fragile woman. Like, you can kind of look at signs. Like you meet somebody and they're really bubbly, they're really high strung, and that's how you know them to be. And then all of a sudden they get with this dude, and every time you see them, they're a little different. They're a little more standoffish. They start losing their friends. They start being solo all the time. And that's how that controlling cycle starts, when you start pushing people away because now you're trying to protect this circle you don't put yourself in. And the guy's trying to tell you, well, you don't need to be talking to her, or you don't need to be doing this, or you don't need to be doing that. That's them people you got to watch out for.
When you with anybody, and you see the size of them trying to isolate you from everybody else, you better take heed because he's trying to
Mm-hmm.
get everybody away from you. So when he starts treating you bad, you have nobody and nobody to turn to. And you on your own. So he could be able to beat the hell out of you doing all types of things. And you're probably gonna be too afraid to talk to these, call and talk to somebody, or people may just cut you off because you have pulled yourself away from them. So you don't have anybody to talk to. And men, some men thrive on that. That's what they want. Hey, Shaheem. Hey,
Hey,
Angela.
Angela.
That said, we don't tell because we're too embarrassed about what's going on in our relationship. And men put their hands on me. I'm telling it. I'm
Fun.
telling it.
Wait,
And
how could, like, you keep going in and out? Like, you sound loud now, and then you get completely, you're completely gone. I
I don't
don't know
know,
if
but
you're
let me get
moving
my
your body.
charger. Hold on, I'll be right back, y'all.
Y'all, us in these streams, y'all, it'd be so funny because y'all don't even know what we going through back here on this back end. I'm going to wait for him back. It just depends on how long we've been together. This is what Shaheem said. Shaheem, it shouldn't make a difference how long you with somebody if you in something crazy. A lot of people sit around and they say in stuff and they get, and they're traumatized and they just afraid to get out of situations. People don't change. They shed their skin. They show you who they want you to see. And you have to pay attention. You really, especially women, you have to pay attention to the signs of people. I don't care how much you love somebody. I don't care how thick their pockets are. Your sanity, your kids. Because you got to think about it like this. If you're in something that's crazy and you got somebody that's doing you all kinds of ways, especially if you got girls and they watching you go through it, they're going to think that that's how somebody's supposed to treat you. You don't want to grow thinking, oh, it's okay for a man to call me a bitch, or it's okay for him to say I'm stupid, or it's okay for him to push me down, or because they mirror you. They're looking at you like that's my mom, and this is what she going through, and if she goes through it, then maybe I should go through it, and that's bullshit.
Here we go.
Hey, Tangela.
Hey, Tinge. Uh, Shaheem said, did you read what Shaheem said?
I did.
Okay. Trina said, don't change, just stop and boom, and back at. That's what she said earlier.
Lean forward.
They'll make you think, that everything is all good and they this person and that, and then the next thing you know, you be sitting somewhere and you don't block your ass. You like, what?
No. Like I just said the same thing. I said people shed their skin. They don't change. They shed their skin for the time, for the season, and then they jump right back into being their crazy ass selves. Hey Rose. Hey Rosa.
Rosa.
I'm praying you get it together with that phone.
Girl, if you knew the day I had, you'd be happy I'm here right now. I don't know, but as soon as I got that phone call, it screwed it up. So I don't know.
It just messed up your whole situation. It did. That phone rang, it just threw you away. Go back and watch it later. You'll be like, oh my God, that's terrible.
Terrible.
But I wouldn't say don't forgive people. I'll say forgive them, but just don't get back with them. Especially if you was in a relationship where somebody was beating your damn brains out. You can forgive them. You can say, okay, I forgive them. Maybe they ain't beating your brains out. But you don't forget shit like that. That shit scars you for a long time.
Well, ain't up like the woman say, ain't nobody got time. I say when you let a person go, unless it was a mutual decision and nobody was being mistreated, then if you come back together and you've done different things and whatever you decide y'all want to be, that's different. We're talking about when somebody like really mistreats you and then boost themselves up to say, well, I've changed. I'm sorry I did this to you. I'm sorry for this, that, other. Then you get back with them, like we keep saying, 2, 3, 4 months down the road, he right back at treating you the same way. And the worst thing for me, other than physical abuse, is emotional and mental abuse. Because like Renee said, that scars you for life. Like, my sister used to say, she said, if she was in a relationship, if she ever had an abusive relationship, she said that she would rather somebody beat her ass and go about their day than to sit there and put her through mental anguish. You know what I mean? She said, because you think about it, somebody, like even when you were a child, when you get your ass whooped, that's over with. You cry a little bit, then you back up to doing what
you know it's done. Yeah, it's over with.
Yeah,
that's
but if
true.
somebody's sitting
That's when you know it's over.
Abusing you, that shit sticks. Hey Keith. Keith said, like I tell every woman, I go out with, ain't got time to be your daddy. What I look like or what you look like, tell me what to do. That's something I would never do in a relationship that will end a relationship quick. When my woman tried to get in my family business or my business, I get rid of their ass quickly. I know you do.
Well, damn, Keith. They ain't sticking around even for team.
He ain't lying either.
Keith said, no, he ain't doing the cut up stuff.
He could cut up by himself.
Rosa said, I value myself and know I wouldn't take him back because he will do the same thing again. And that's true. They always do. They bounce right on back into being crazy.
Yep, I agree with that, Rose. Like I say, people show you what they can see. And you get something that can sweet talk you so that you be like, I know they changed, she did that, man, and da. You get back with them and you go through the same shit. It's not worse than the first time.
Right. That's now you hit it on the nail. That if not worse, because they say once you take them back, they gonna double up. Now they know I got her.
Yep. Double up. Sophia said that's worse, cussing you and belittling you all day. Yeah, like mental
Yes.
and emotional trauma is something serious. Like
I'm
that
telling you,
should be
somebody
taken
beating
only
your
because
self-esteem down will tear your ass apart quicker than somebody knocking you in your damn eye.
what I was gonna say was I forgot now. It'll come
Which is
back
so
to me.
sour. It is so, so sour. It's pretty bitter.
But
But yeah.
I don't know. But you say it all the time, like when a man is mistreating you and mistreating the kids too. And then he decides to persuade you that he's better and he's got himself together. You bring him back, but your kids are still traumatized by the shit he did to them. And that in that case, you're not thinking about the kids, you're just thinking about what makes you happy.
Yeah.
So what about the kids when he's mistreating the kids too? Because a lot of times when women I know that are in bad relationships and they have kids, that affects the kids. So if they see you getting this dude mistreating you, walking all over you, putting his hands on you and all this stuff, and they seeing this, and then you take them back, they be like, "Well, what you do that for?" And then your kids gonna be looking at you as weak. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't want
Mm-hmm.
that. My kids to look at me like, no. Mm-mm.
But a lot of kids see stuff. A lot of kids grow up and they remember and they say it. They'll tell you. It'll be a time in your life and your kid will say, "Mama, you remember when?" And you be sitting there looking crazy and you can't say nothing because you know they're right. A lot of kids can remember a lot of things, and a lot of kids grow up, and that's why you have serial killers and kids with split personalities and all kinds of stuff going on because they was traumatized at a very young age by something that they saw. Whether it's the hand of their daddy beating the shit out their mama, somebody dying on the scene or whatever they go. And sometimes these people even beat your children, and you be so gung ho and in love and forgiving that you'll be like, he didn't mean. You be telling the children he didn't mean it. He didn't mean to hit me that hard, or he didn't mean to call me a bitch.
That's what I was just saying. The kids get traumatized, and like now, and this is one thing I never have been fond of that women do. When they meet a man, then they may not know that well, might have been dating a couple months, so to start leaving their kids with him. That
Oh no,
shit
I
right
don't.
there is
I don't
no,
like that. Honey, I don't play that little game. That's the
no.
crazy game.
Uh-uh.
That's crazy right there for real.
But you have people that do that, and then when they come back, that's why you see now so many these women dating these dudes and they killing their babies, breaking the babies' arms,
Hmm.
raping the babies, and all this. Why would you bring a man that you barely know around your child and then
Your
leave
kid
your kid with
anyway. Exactly. Why
no,
anyway? And he shouldn't want to meet your kids that fast, no damn way. Especially if you ain't been dating them before a month.
no, I don't play that. But that's it. 2 weeks later, there's no way you're gonna make me believe that you've changed. Exactly that. Trina said facts. And Sophia said, oh hell no, preach Shelley. Right, because
I'm telling you, girl.
let me tell you
I
something about
these
me
men.
and mine. Anybody who knows me will attest to this. I don't play about mine. Period. Mm-mm. Nope. Mm-mm. That's why I say ain't no stepdaddies, no boyfriends, no none of that be around my girls. Because if they say one thing out of line, or if my girl say, Mama, he looked at me a certain way, I know what Mama finna do. Mama going to jail. Straight up. I've never
Yeah.
ever played with my kids like that around people. Ever. And they could tell you that. I don't play that. Because you never know, because you can have somebody that's jealous. Hey, Monte, baby.
Hey,
I
Monte.
called you back. Yes, but anyway, you can have somebody that's jealous of you and your child's relationship. We're talking about would you take somebody back that has mistreated you if they tell you they've changed, male or female?
Monte gonna say no. I know he gonna say no.
But yeah, I just never believed in like bringing this right kids doing this, doing that because that person's energy can also jump off on your kid. Your kid start acting crazy, doing all types of stuff because the person not around. He said, "What nephew finna do?" He finna take it back. I raised you well, honey. We don't
I
play
know,
them
no. Mm-mm. And like I said,
games.
there's nothing wrong with forgiving people because the Bible say be
Yeah,
forgiven.
you
There's
can
nothing
forgive.
wrong with forgiving people, but that doesn't mean be no idiot to people either. You don't
You
supposed to
can
be at people's
forgive it.
disposal.
I was gonna say you can forgive almost anything, but you never forget it. You can even push it to the back of your mind, but eventually something's gonna trigger you and it's gonna resurface. So you
Yeah.
never forget it. But
Yeah,
I
and I
just
got shit
say,
I still can't forget now.
uh,
I said I got shit I still can't forget now. I'd be like, oh Lord, did I really do that?
I
You
forget
still
nothing.
sit back and you still be like wow. You know what I mean? A lot of stuff you sit down and ponder on.
He said he couldn't hear me. Tell him what the topic is again.
Oh, that's why I told you couldn't hear. The topic is, if would you take someone back if they've changed, basically. If you was with somebody and they came back and they said they changed, would you take them back, male or female? You sound in and out. Like one
No,
minute you sound real
if
loud and then you
somebody
sound
mistreated you, would you take them back
treated
if
you.
they say they changed? Sophia said, thinking it's okay because mama stayed. Now you beating on women and men. Right.
Beating on women and men.
She said,
But
I'm
a lot
going
of
in.
girls, little girls do that. That's what I was telling you, Vaughn.
Go ahead. I'm gonna try to come back and come all the way back in. Keep talking.
Okay, you sound good. You sound good now.
But I can barely hear you.
You sound great now. She's on her phone, y'all. It's not gonna go great tonight. It's just gonna be what it's gonna be. And she's at home, so she has to talk how she talk. No, that's Tanya telling her she's going in and out. She's gonna try this one more time. She said define mistreated. Mistreated, Sean, is when somebody, I mean, that's kind of self-explanatory. Mistreated is when somebody is really, I know you meant define. Mistreating you is when somebody's really, like, somebody's talking down to you. Somebody's just, you could be with, let's imagine somebody telling you they love you, right? They love you. They love you to pieces. But then in the same breath, they call you stupid and an idiot and you ain't worth shit and you ain't never going to be nothing and I don't like you like that, or look what you got on, or look how, that's defining mistreated. I mean, when somebody cares about you, they're gonna treat you like they treat themselves. That's what my mama always told me. When somebody loves you, really loves you, they're gonna treat you how they treat themselves. And if a person loves themselves as much as people do, they're going to treat you just like that. They're going to love you just like they love themselves. But if you have somebody who don't give a shit about who they are, what their being is, that's kind of a reflection of what you're becoming and what you're training your offsprings to be or not be. They're looking at this person going, well, he talked to my mama like that, girl, and my mama deal with it. So, maybe that's how it's supposed to be. I mean, you don't want to have your kids, especially your kids, in a situation where they think it's okay for anybody, male or female. Because I've seen women, like I said, I've seen women too that has dumbed down men or talked to men crazy, and I be sitting there like, probably should need to knock her upside her head. I don't condemn people hitting people, but there is sometimes you got to tell people to shut up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're doing too much. Especially like when people be making public scenes, doing stuff all loud in the public. That's crazy when you're grown. Like, that's ridiculous. So
All
this
right,
thing,
I'm back now.
now you sound great. Hey, Abba, good night, ladies and gentlemen. That's what he said.
Hi, Abba.
Monte said, don't love me to pieces, love me to whole. And that's what I said, Monte. Love me to life, honey. Love me all the way.
Mm-hmm. And like you said earlier too, Shirley, when a person said, when a person says to you, if I can't have you, nobody can have you, or I kill you if you mess around on me. You better believe it, because people do that shit every day.
Mm-hmm. Oh, every day, all day.
Yep.
That said, you better say it, Shelly. Yeah, I'm telling you, people. Someone said define. I was defined. She said define mistreated. What's your definition, Vaughn, of somebody mistreated? Define mistreated, because I just did it my way. What's your definition of somebody mistreating you?
What did you say?
I don't want you to know this. I want to see what you say.
Well, my definition of mistreated a person is disrespect, putting your hands on somebody, talking to somebody any type of way, especially if you're out in public. You know what I'm saying? And just a person don't even have to say something to you to mistreat you. It's in their actions can be like in a way to
Mm-hmm.
mistreat you. You know what I'm saying? So it could be a whole like a multitude of things, but the most part is the way the person talks to you, the way they treat you in public, the way they treat you behind closed doors, and definitely putting their hands on you or talking to you crazy, belittling you, calling you out of your name, all that type of stuff is mistreatment to me.
Now you see how close we were? We was dead on. And I didn't even tell you what I said. She said,
Huh.
defined it. If you sitting somewhere, Sean, and somebody's talking to you crazy, girl, then you probably need to run. Because if you need somebody to define that and you don't know that, that means somebody can treat you any kind of way and you think it's cool. No, it's not cute. It's not cool for anybody to talk to you any kind of way crazy, shape, fashion, or where it's hurting you and your feelings.
Right.
I
I
said
just
never
said
put
never.
your PP in crazy. Never put your P. I don't know what that means. PP.
Mhm. But I don't know. That's what mistreatment is to me. And definitely, if a person, if you got kids, and every time you look or you look at them, they looking at your kids side eyes like or rolling their eyes and all that type of stuff. Negative. No, we're not having none
Right,
of that.
right. Yeah, because people would mistreat your kids behind your back. You leave your
Yeah,
children in the house, some psycho, and next thing you know, your kids is crying. And you ain't believing your kids because you in love with whatever you might be in love with. Oh, he wrote a big one.
He said, I want to say one more thing. When a man beat up on a woman, he ain't shit to me. And I remember me and my first wife used to fight all the time. But one day her mother sat me down and told me, now I know you a good man. You take care of that woman. I seen it. But y'all fighting, that's no good. And then her mother told me this, wait till one day when you have a daughter and a man puts his hands on her, you're not gonna like it. And when that woman told me that, me and my ex-wife, didn't fight anymore. Okay,
Yeah.
that's true. That's true. Tangela said, Vine, you know what I went through with my brother. We never knew what was going on behind closed doors. He called her back to the house on one last time, and that was it for the both of them. Yep, I do. That was so tragic and sad.
He killed her?
But like I said, people can appear to be so happy in their relationship all
Mm-hmm.
on point. Behind closed doors, somebody can go through pure hell.
Yeah,
Monte said,
trust me.
terrorize your kids, got to look out for the side. Yeah, they will. They sure will.
Because
And the kids don't.
people will put on that they like your children, honey. And the second you turn your little back, they be doing all kinds of stuff to your kids.
And what's even worse is if they scare that child and dare them to tell the other parent, or tell the parent what they're
Mm-hmm.
doing. And then worse than that is when that parent don't believe the child.
And how many
Because
people don't
some
believe
people
the
say,
child?
yeah, because some people like, you saying that because you don't like them. They ain't do that to you. Some shit like that. Girl, bruh, ain't no way.
Wow,
Tangela said,
Tangela,
yes,
sorry to
Shelly.
hear that.
Yeah, he did. He killed both of them. Her brother killed himself and his wife. Killed his wife and then himself. But
See, that kind of stuff is that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Don't you cannot women especially. I see it so I have so many girlfriends. I mean 2 years ago we lost a girl. It was all in the news. I want to say her name again, but yeah, she died. Husband shot her in the parking lot. It's just too many. When people tell you you got to take that stuff. So when a guy tells you I'm gonna mash you up till no one can't recognize you, I'm gonna blow your head off if you try to leave me. You pay attention to those kind of things. They don't be playing. People just don't randomly be looking out and just be, oh, you're gonna kill you one day. That's shit somebody just gonna say to you. People say the shit they be thinking in their mind and they mean it. I mean, they've thought about it. They may be laughing, but that shit is not funny. It's not
no, it's
cute.
not.
It's not cute.
Mm-mm. Not at all. Tell Yeah, but yeah, no, it's not cute, and people don't take heed to that. They think that, oh well, he did it one time, it'll change, or they just said that because of this that. No, you take heed to that stuff right then.
Hmm.
Don't play with nobody, especially about your life and your kids' lives, because you got people that'll kill you, your
You,
kids, and
your kids, and
themselves.
say it again. You can't say that any louder. You have people that will kill your whole and kill themselves and be happy that they done it. People don't have. Some people don't have no problem serving time in jail after killing somebody. They feel like they done something. They done something so fabulous. Like, oh my God, I killed her. Nobody has her now. What kind of
Right.
sick shit is that?
Or you got some that'll hurt the people that you care about the most and watch you suffer.
Hmm. Oh yeah. Oh
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? If they know you're close, so real close to somebody, they'll take that person away from here just to make you feel misery. Opposite Keith, should the principle that you apply to your daughter similarly be applied to your son? If your daughter puts her hands on someone, she she should be taught the lesson you failed to teach. Keep her hands to herself. I always say that, if you don't want somebody putting their hands on you, and sometimes you
Yeah.
don't have to put your hands on a person. Sometimes a person is just abusive. But if they're not, and you keep putting your hands on that person, eventually that person is going to hit back. So if you don't want nobody to put their hands on you, don't put your hands on them.
By nobody.
Period. I
I
agree
say
with
that
that,
all the
Oliver.
time. Don't be hitting people playing like honestly. If we don't
Mhm.
do the play fight, we ain't smack each other around thinking that's cute because eventually someone's gonna get mad and someone's gonna hit you harder. And there, not a lot of women could just take on a man unless you just plan on busting them upside the head with something. And then you
Oh
be
yeah.
doing before you know it, you're doing time for some shit you ain't realize that you didn't hit somebody so hard for.
That's why I don't play like that. We're not doing none of that because I know me and I know I can go from 0 to 1,000 real quick. Especially even if you like, I don't like, how people be playing and like pinch you or something like that. I hate that with a passion. And when I tell you
Yes,
the
I don't
devil
do the
jumps
playing games
right
like
in,
that.
when I tell you the devil jumps right in me right then, that's why I don't play like that with people. Mm-mm. Um, that said, you said that right. There's nothing funny about being in that type of relationship. Now, hi Anthony,
Hey,
and
Anthony.
so put that point blank period. Yeah, because I'm telling you, people try you. Like when they want to play and want to wrestle, they're trying to test your strength at that point to be like, let me see how far I can go, or is she
How
gonna do
far I can
this? Or,
go?
girl,
I had a friend tell me that one time though. He said, and you probably remember him. I won't say his name. He was in Minnesota, but he said that. He said, sometimes I hit my girlfriend just to see how she react, but I get a rush out of it. And he was
yeah,
smiling when he
he
said it.
did.
He did. He smiled
I
when he
was
said it.
like,
He was like, I hit her one time, and then I watch her get up, and then I hit her again just to see. But I just get a feeling. I mean, he was feeling like it was the best thing and the best feeling in the world to him to hit her. And me and Vaughn was like you for real. That's
I
the kind of shit
said,
I be talking about. That'd be crazy.
what did I say? I said, it sounds like you a sick MF
Sick.
and you need to go get some help.
Yeah.
Cause
But see,
that
that's
wouldn't be me. You remember, I ain't gonna call his name, but you remember when I dated the little short one with the long pretty hair? They used to go in
uh
the store.
uh
And girl, and he was just a little bit taller than me, but he was small. You know what I'm
he
saying?
was small.
And
Very.
yeah, but I ain't no weak person. So, girl, you remember when I told you he tried to grab me like, girl, before you know that, I don't pick
Did
his
you
little
slam
butt up.
him? You slam I remember that. You saw slam his little big ass on the floor. Yeah, see.
He was like, I think it turned him on though. He said, oh yeah, you a strong one. I was like, if you don't
Because
get
some
your
people
ass,
crazy, girl. Some people are crazy, crazy.
oh
And then
God,
some
that
people
just
it's
made
just
me
about
sick.
control. I'm telling you, some men it's just about controlling you. It's about having this power that they feel like they have to have. And I don't understand it. There's a lot of people just feel like they have to have power over you.
Yeah, because I think when a person is like that, I think that they have so many insecurities in themselves that they need somebody to feed off of to make them feel like something. You know what I'm saying? This is like making a person feel bad to bring yourself up. You know what I'm saying? Monte said he's sick as fuck.
Right, right.
Bummer cloud. Right.
Yeah, exactly,
Bummer cloud.
Monte.
Yeah, but you can't do that. You just like no. Mm-mm.
So don't go messing because you sound good.
Oh no, something that when people be sending you stuff on Messenger, be coming up your face and I can't see. Girl, my daughter got it so
Yeah,
cold in here, y'all see it? I'm wrapped up my little
I
grandson
see
blanket.
you like you shaking like a patient. Look, I'm
She
like, she
covered
all
it in.
snugged up.
It's cold outside though.
Yeah, it was cold outside this morning. It's been raining here all day long.
Yeah. I was driving down the
All day.
highway before I got here, girl, and I mean you can't see nothing. It's raining so bad. Excuse me, y'all. This
I don't
blanket
know why
feels
I'm so thirsty. But ladies,
sugar.
gentlemen, please just don't be please be yeah, no, please be mindful of signs of people. Everybody that says they're changing don't always change.
And it,
If somebody was beating you and they left you and they come back and say, "Oh, I'm changed and I'm not gonna beat you again," don't buy into that Sam foolery. That's how a lot of people die.
Mhm. And and people tell you things just so they can get you back, just to put you through more hell than they did the first time.
Right, right.
I said I've heard a woman say that she's belligerent specifically to get her boyfriend to hit her. Apparently, violence equates to love in her mind. Well, that got my nephew killed, Abba. She was mad because he wouldn't fight her. They had fought before. They had. But he told her, I won't put my hands back on you. I mean, she would just punch him in the face and do all kinds of trying to make him hit her. And so when he
Right.
didn't hit her back, she took him away from us. I mean, like it, it was, yeah, just took him away and jealous of the relationship that he had with his family. So you gotta be careful
Hmm.
who you get tied up with.
Yep.
Um, Anthony said, my daddy said the only reason a man should put his hands on a woman is to caress, massage, hold her hand, and make love to her. I like your daddy. How old is your daddy?
I
No, I'm
like
just
that. Your
kidding.
daddy. Hey, look, where daddy at?
I'm
Where
kidding.
daddy at, Anthony?
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
And that's right. My daddy used to always say, why would you want to see something that you love hurt? You know what I
So
mean?
bad. Yeah.
Why would you put your hands on a woman and why would you talk down to? Because when I tell you, my daddy treated me and my sisters like princesses and my mama like a queen, and his nieces
Hmm.
and good to his sisters. And that he didn't play that. Mm-mm.
And you
His
know
girls,
my
he
daddy,
couldn't
how
touch
he
his
was about
girls.
his girls. My dad was like,
Mhm.
shush. It was all about his daughters, honey. You couldn't tell him his daughters won everything, every gem in the world.
My daddy didn't play that. Mm-mm. He did not. He
But
loved
really,
his
really,
girls.
really, it comes down to how much you love yourself. And I know in my
That's
life,
true.
I've been in dark places, in dark situations where it was very hard to get out and almost lost my life in a couple of them. But when you learn and you go through it and you really, really go through it, when you come out of it and you get to like now in my life, the way that I am, I don't have no regrets of nothing that I've been through, but I know what I won't go back to. You see what I'm saying? That's why when you say like, would you go
Exactly.
back to somebody? It's like never. Like I could never be her again because I probably would kill somebody. Like my state of mind now, I probably would hurt somebody really bad. So I don't even put myself in situations where I feel like I got to get that angry or feel like because I've had people say I love you so much that I will hurt you and want to really hurt me. Really be want to see me hurt. So no, I don't take that kind of shit lightly. I take that
You
very
better not.
serious. Just love me a little bit. love me just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Don't love me to death. Don't love me to death. Anthony said he's with our ancestors and creator now. Bless his great soul.
Uh,
Samantha Ravani said, where's daddy at? Yeah, girl.
Von's a little pimp, right, Sophia? You know she a little pimp player, right? She
Hey,
want the
look,
father.
my grandma always tell me, she say, you rather be an old man's baby than a young man's fool. Hello? I'm trying to tell y'all something. Catch that on your way
Look, Von,
home.
my daddy told Von she could have been my mama had she been around back in the day.
You say, Michelle, she could have been your mother. I said,
And I was
oh,
like, huh? I said, that's so nasty. But he was dead
Oh
ass
God.
serious too.
Our Wi-Fi is problematic because one, I'm not at home at my where my daughter lives, and it's like in the country, and it's raining really bad here in North Carolina and Georgia. So
Abba,
that
don't
would
be
be
trying to talk about our Wi-Fi, Abba. You know we on streaming. We are streaming, Abba. Try to put us
Rose
on
said, right.
blast.
I love you, dear.
Honey, love me to
How
life.
about
Love
just
me till you
love
want me to
me?
live. Just
Look,
love
how
me.
about just love me? We ain't got to put death on the end of nothing. How about that?
Yeah, let's take the death off. Let's leave that where it's at. But no. But
Sophia said, okay, I caught that one. I said, catch that on your way home. You'd rather be an old man's baby than a young man's fool. Okay.
okay. Okay.
Yeah. But but yeah, so just don't, like I say, you can forgive. You have to forgive people to feel better within
Mm-hmm.
yourself. Because hating somebody and not forgiving a person could put a strain on you, shorten your life because you're stressing about it, thinking about ways to get back at the person, all types of stuff, especially if you're a vindictive person. So to forgive them people, pray for them, and go on about your day. You ain't got to fool with them and talk to them no more in life. Just keep it
Yeah.
moving. Hey,
Because you don't
Jeffrey.
want to walk around in fear. You got to think about those women that be in those shelters that can't never leave a shelter because somebody they afraid for their life, and they got really
Yeah,
people that really are looking for them to just hurt them, and they
yeah.
hiding. Think of men that go through that same thing that are hiding, like literally hiding from people because they can't. They so afraid to come out because of what might happen if they do. That's when it becomes sad.
Jeffrey said he could take the person back.
Jeffrey, you better than me, baby.
And you're right, Sophia, you do have to forgive to move on. You do. You have to.
Hmm.
At least forgive yourself for like putting up with that, and don't beat yourself up for going through it, because sometimes things can't be helped. You know what I mean? Especially depending on the
Right.
type of person you are, because you have some people that are so timid and so easy. If somebody raises their voice at them, they just fall apart. You know what I'm saying? So you can't
Hmm.
prey on people like that. You know what I'm saying? And you can't sit here and tell a person what they should and shouldn't do if you're not living in their shoes. You can't do that. If you ain't walking in their shoes, you can't do that. He said, not disrespecting the Wi-Fi seashells, just noting the difference in quality compared to previous streams. I'm on my phone too.
She's on her phone tonight, Alma. She's at our daughter's house. She was driving, and yesterday you would have screamed because she was in her car. So you would have just fell off for the live yesterday. But we pushed through. We pushed through. We troopers
Yeah,
on these streams, y'all. Sometimes we got to log in from wherever we at because we be on the move. Life happens outside of the, shut it live and be lover.
I'm
So
trying to say,
it
gotta
is what
keep
it
it
is,
moving.
baby.
Gotta keep it
But yeah.
moving.
Just you just gotta love your life enough. And if I could give anybody any advice that's on this stream, watching this stream, love yourself enough, especially being a woman. Like, I speak from example. I speak from a point where I understand what it feels like to be beat, hit, dragged, drugged, put in a hospital, jaws broke, the whole nine. You have to love yourself more and believe and trust. When somebody says they're going to hurt you, 99.9% they're not playing about what they're getting ready to do. They're gonna do it at some point. It's just the timing. So love yourself. Love you.
Well, I tell somebody, man, I have not a punching bag. If you need a punching bag, you better go find your damn gym or go to Walmart or Academy and buy you one. Because you got one time to put your hands on me and it's a wrap. I'm not doing
Hmm.
that. Period. And then, sometimes you may not have the opportunity to defend yourself. It depends on what the circumstances and what's going on right then. Somebody can try to do something to you in your sleep. I'm just
Right.
saying, if I'm moving around and I'm walking around, no. But because I'm not gonna let anybody hurt me. You know what I'm saying? And we've all, a lot of us, I ain't gonna say all, have been in, situations where, it got violent at least once in your life, somewhere along the line. And that's when you realize this is not what I want. I ain't signed up for this shit. This is not for me. And you keep it
Exactly.
moving,
Exactly.
because it's no fun when you see people and people making fun of them, when you see these dudes and they posting videos like beating on girls, dragging them and all that. That shit is not cute in no shape or
Right.
form. What you shouldn't even feel like a man, or you're not a man if you're doing that. Period. And that go for you ladies too. Don't be putting your hands on the men either. Because
Right.
if he mess around and he slap the shit out of you or something, he gonna get mad. You gonna be all in your feelings, but you did something to him, and maybe he didn't mean to, but maybe his reaction was so quick to it. You know what I'm saying? Like if somebody hits you, your first impulse is to like defend yourself. So if you're not ready for that, don't put your hands on nobody. Russell, I'll kill Harpo before I let him beat me.
Sophia said that part. Oh, I went through that young, so I know. But when I went through that, that was the last time. And that's what it
Exactly.
has to be. You have to know your worth.
Yeah.
You have to know your worth.
And like I said, when I was in one of those types of relationships, I was very young myself, and I was like, hold up, wait a minute, where they do this at? Because that was just something I hadn't been exposed to, and I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? But I
Right.
knew that it wasn't for me, and I knew that if you hit me, it was gonna be a fight. You was gonna have to fight me because you're not just gonna be hitting me like no. Mm-mm. So, but I told it. I told it. I'm gonna tell it. I picked up that
I
phone.
know.
My brother was there like, girl, he wasn't playing the radio.
Yeah, get them brothers,
Because my
honey. Them
baby
brothers used to
sister
come through. Yeah, you can. You
but
can't. You can't allow it. Once you allow it one time, it doesn't stop, ladies. It just keeps going. It just escalates until it gets ugly.
but the thing with that, I'm gonna say this, y'all. We're gonna end this live. If you with somebody and they putting their hands on you, do not get your family involved, get your family member in trouble, and you go back to this person. Because so many times that happens. A dude to hit the girl, she gonna call her brother, call her daddy. Then something go down, one of them go to jail or somebody get hurt, and then she right back with him, or he right back with the girl. If you don't had your sister come over there and fight her because she put her hands on you and you a dude and you don't want to hit her, but y'all right back together. Keep your family out of that type of stuff because it can go from 0 to 1,000 so quickly, and then you still
Hmm.
with the person and you done screwed up somebody else's life when you could have left them out of the whole equation. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. Now, if you
Yeah.
calling and you in distress and you need help and you want them people to come and get you and you know you're not going back for a fact, that's different. But if you're gonna keep beefing with this person and fighting and y'all got this volatile relationship, don't pull your friends and family members into that. Don't do it.
Exactly. Exactly.
Um, Opposite Sophia writes like she has Caribbean parents or is Caribbean herself. And now she ain't Caribbean copper. Uh, let's see. That said, any man that will put his hands on a woman will never put his hands on another man because he's scared. Well, yeah, a
Yeah.
lot of times that's true. A lot of times it's true. So if it's a right, don't take the
Don't take the worn out.
don't take the one out. Oh,
And she said, shaking
listen,
my head.
honey. Look, I be my own police if you put your hands on me. It's going down. I ain't doing that.
Things have changed aggressively.
Yeah,
You can't.
yeah, it's going down. Don't do that. Ain't nobody got time for that.
That stuff messes with your mental state of
It
mind,
does
honey.
that.
After a while.
But who wants to go through that when you could be doing so many other things? It's like happy and make you happy and positive. Who want to be arguing with somebody? And then when the person walk
Yeah.
in, you tensed up because you don't know how they're gonna feel today. He might
Half
have
you
a good
laughing
day.
or if you
Come in.
smiling, if they gonna be mad. You right.
Yeah, because you know this, for yourself. You might think everything all good, and you smiling and you happy, and they come in, you thinking they happy, and he just want to hit you. Don't even say a word, just put their hands on you, like where they do that at? Who does that? But you got men who
And
do
you
that,
know.
because he's
Yep.
had a bad day. He gonna come home and take it out on you, or vice versa. You know what I'm saying?
Look,
So
look. Why you thinking the coronavirus people getting divorced, honey? Because people home with each other who ain't
yep,
never had to be home with each other and
yep,
see each other in their spaces more than 8 hours. For 8 hours you at work, then you come home. Now people sit in the same space about to murder each other because they can't.
yep,
They've never had to deal with each other to that capacity every day, looking at each other, going, "Oh Lord, what's going on?" Now you're stuck.
yep.
A lot of shit took places during a lot of stuff took place during this time. A lot of people realized where they were in their lives probably during this time, during this whole pandemic. People have realized in their life, this probably ain't where I'm supposed to be.
And suicide rates went up too.
Mm-hmm.
Because not only because people are afraid that they're gonna get sick, but because they had to be stuck inside with this crazy person. And they would rather not be here than have to put up with that. And that's a
Yeah.
sad place to be. That's a sad place to be, but
Trying to tell y'all. Love yourself. Love yourself to life, baby.
she
It's
said,
some
Derek said it's something or somebody he wants to do. Hmm.
Yeah,
Well,
that happens a lot too when a man wants another woman and you in the way and he want to
yeah,
knock you around to get you mad or
yeah,
set an argument with you or set the tones or he can leave the house. I always tell people it's never that serious. So you can leave. This is like an expiration card. It expires. Either it's going to stay fully loaded all the time or it's going to expire at some point. Depends on what ball you're playing. I always tell people that y'all can walk
right.
away.
If you could walk up, people always say, well, I can't leave. I can't. There's always a way for you to leave. It may be difficult to leave, but there's always a way that you can leave. You know what I'm saying? If you got to sneak out in the middle of the night, whatever you got to do, it's something
Save
you can
your life and your
do.
kids' lives. It's not worth it. It really isn't. Sophia
Yeah.
said, I got to give it to you girls. This was a great conversation. Thank you,
Thank
Sophia.
you, Sophia. But yeah, so anywho, y'all, we're gonna go ahead and end this live because I'm cold and I need to go home and get my own house. I like to be at home. We're gonna end this live. Okay, wait a minute. Abba said a woman that believes that men should never hit women specifically because they are women generally has no qualms hitting men specifically because they are men. The belief is simply an excuse. That's true too, Abba, to a degree. Just because you think he shouldn't hit you, don't mean he won't knock your block off if you put your hands on him. So that's why I keep saying over and over, keep your hands to yourself. If you don't want somebody to hit you, don't hit them. Hey
Don't hit
girl,
nobody.
I'm good. We didn't want each other anyway. Right. And my thing is, if somebody gotta mistreat you, you don't need them. And if they're putting their hands on you, you definitely don't need to be with them. Period. Because that's only gonna escalate and get worse and worse and worse and worse. Why you thinking shit gonna get better? You trying to cater to this person just so they won't act a certain way. They've already shown you who they are. If they're gonna do it, they're gonna do it. They don't care what you're doing to them or for them. It doesn't matter because that's just who they are. So just
That's
take
who they
heed.
are.
Just take
When
heed.
you see a piece,
Don't forget. I love you too, Rose. And don't forget, y'all, early voting is October 15th. Please get out to these polls and please vote, vote, vote. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Instagram, Naughty Nice 22. We love you guys and we will see you on Monday.
stay
Good
alive and be lovebird, loving life and loving what we do. Till the next time.
night. Peace out.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're now tuned into Naughty or Nice. Let's go. Me don't want no fake love, me only want the real deal. Me don't want no fake love, me only want the real deal. Me don't want no fake love, me only want the real deal. Me don't want no fake love, me only want the real deal. Have you ever met a sister with her shit together? Maintaining, never complaining, trying to make shit better. She's got a real good life with the right frame of mind. She's the real deal, baby, and she know how to grind. On the job or in the bedroom, baby, the truth. And with her by your side, homeboy, you can't lose. Just slip on the dress and go to work like a pro. Then bring that ass home and drop it down to the floor. Educated, sophisticated, conversation so deep. She's a lady in that world, but a freak in the sheets. Educated, sophisticated, conversation so deep. She's the lady in that world, but a freak in the sheets. Shining light and be lovebird. Shining light and be lovebird. Shining light and be lovebird. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Shining light and be lovebird. Shining light and be lovebird. Shining light and be lovebird.
What?
I hear little feet running.